Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artist Unite song series. Tonight, all the way from Toronto, the Count of Rock, Ted Axe, living legend. Welcome.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I did like a Ted Axe deep dive, doing research for this. So I see
Okay.
that you've like me, been at it for a long time and really started in a punk band of some renown, right?
Yeah. I started in the Action, which was out of Canada's capital city, Ottawa. The
Okay.
Parliament building is like kind of like the White House
Yeah.
in the States. But
And where did I see like in the because I saw a YouTube video of you back then with the Action. And are you playing bass and singing, or are you just singing?
just singing.
Oh, just singing. So you had blonde, like bleached hair at that time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Peroxide blonde.
Yeah, well, that's what I got these days. It's always
Right.
it's always time to bring the bleach blonde back, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're right.
But that
And
was a great community, right? Like I know I had friends. I mean, my bands were in New York City in the '90s, but
oh yeah.
I had friends that had punk bands in the '80s. Mid to uh, yeah, and like Cause for Alarm. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they did
Ah,
half decent too. Yeah, the singer of that band, Keith Burkhardt, is a friend of mine.
right,
Yeah,
right, right, right. Well,
and
now we're considered Canada's first punk band.
that's so cool, man.
Yeah, Canada's first band.
Nobody can take that away from you.
Right. Well, I kind of, yeah. I helped it along a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like when it comes to your sound that like you have today,
Right.
it seems like as soon as you kind of formed this project, you really had an idea of what the sound could be like, because it sounds like really like everything I've heard really reinforces this idea, like, which to me is like, it actually reminds me of like true post-punk music, or maybe it really is true post-punk music, because this is what you did after the punk band, right?
Right.
So
Well,
it's
actually,
not just a label.
yeah, right,
It's a
right.
life.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's funny because when I had, of course, after the punk thing, it was like a huge, long history out of punk. Because
Yeah.
right after the punk thing, Soma and I moved to Toronto, and where we are now.
Yeah.
But I think we've lived in nine different cities. So after that, after the punk thing, we started a kind of an '80s music kind of thing.
Oh
But it
yeah,
was
I've seen a clip of that too.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Chroma
awesome.
Key. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, she really remind me of whom I love, Grace Jones. With her,
yeah. Right.
because she is so statuesque, like Grace Jones as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like Grace Jones meets Nina Hagen meets
Yeah,
David Bowie and Murphy. Ah,
yeah. And that, I mean, even that is so great. I mean, where did that go? Was anybody interested in that? Because that just
you
seemed like,
know,
that seems like a no-brainer for the '80s.
it was funny because Canada eats its young.
Uh,
Really. It's unless you were like you know rock, like kind of rock and roll. Like I don't know if you've heard of the band Triumph.
oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
some bands like that. That's what
Rush,
Canada was
yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what Canada was really into.
yeah.
So and I think that we thought just by inventing it and being in it, that labels would come running
Yeah.
because we hardly sent anything out. I don't even think we had enough money for a postage stamp.
Well, if I was in charge of a label back then, I would have signed you guys in a heartbeat. That's like a no-brainer. These two
Yeah.
beautiful people that also are very talented, and it was almost like avant-garde, right? Like that coming in from that avant-garde kind of synth pop thing, you know.
I think so. Of course, Soma, well, one of the best front people I've ever seen. She had that, and she still does have that look where she could look at you and melt you on the spot. And
And you decided to do that for all time.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So then I played guitar and sang in that as well. We
Yeah.
kind of shared vocals, and I did backups, and then she would do backups, and we'd share lead vocals. And after that, I think that I started wanting to front by myself.
Mm.
I was missing it from the action.
Yeah, yeah.
Once it gets in your blood, you kind of just want to do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
which was actually unfortunate because we had finally had something to really send around, which was videos
Mm.
from video company that was trying out their new cameras, and they took a slew of videos of us. So
Oh,
we had
nice.
much more than the demo at that point. But I think what we should have done is send it to Europe.
Mm.
That's
Yeah, for
where
sure.
that kind of music would have
Yeah,
been.
totally, totally out of London at that time. Yeah, you guys would have been like, yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have been the king of queen of like the Blitz Club and stuff, you know?
Right, right. Then I went to London by myself and found out just how perverted the industry really is
Oh, geez.
in
Yeah.
England, and not wanting to put out. I didn't really get ahead, as
Yeah,
it were,
yeah.
because London had that at that point. It had this thing where it was old men and young boys, and you
Mm.
kind of see that around, and the old men would enable the young boys to get ahead
Yeah.
after giving some, of course.
I ran into
Um,
that also in my music career in New York City, actually. And it
oh,
just plays so against like hashtag Me Too movement because I was actually, had the devil's agreement, and it and it was with a a black woman in her mid 40s. So it was
oh,
really
ah,
it was really against type.
right. Wow.
Yeah, and I was just telling this story to a friend. I was like, I was so desperate for fame, right? When I was younger,
Right,
I
right.
was like, "Gah, gah, 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 gah." And but I didn't do that, and I really was like thinking, why? Like, why didn't I do that? It seemed like totally something I would do at the time, but it was just like something that I couldn't go there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, and you guys were both modeling at the time too, right?
Yeah, yeah. We did some modeling. Soma was in a model agency here, and I did some stuff out of the agency. And yeah, but she found it again, that same dynamic,
Hmm.
and I don't know if you know, but she had been already hit by a truck in 1980.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, no.
yeah. First day of work at Baskin and Robbins Ice Cream.
Oh my God.
And first day of work, early in the morning, and she didn't come home. And finally, somebody told me that she was in the hospital. So she'd been hit by a truck and actually gone underneath the truck and wrapped around its axle.
Oh my
And so
God.
probably saved her life because she probably would have been killed otherwise. But
Wow.
they had to cut her out of her clothing,
Yeah.
and she had, I think, 8 fractures, a whole slew of
Oh
injuries.
my God.
So that's
Wow.
kind of plagued her from that on, from those injuries. That's kind of plagued her whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Thank God she lived through it. That's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like you guys are both like working as models, you got the synth pop thing going on, and then what was the sudden change like to like the TEDx solo? Because that was a big shift of gears, right?
Yeah, what happened was we were living in Canada. We moved to Montreal, which is the French part.
Hmm.
And by the way, the French part of Canada is much more vibrant than the English part because of its French European roots.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been to
Yes.
Quebec City actually, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Montreal and Quebec City more favored in the arts. A lot
Yeah.
more arts and that kind of thing. So, but we moved to Montreal, and then it came coming back to Toronto. Then I moved to Los Angeles, where
Okay.
my father was in Los Angeles. Yeah,
All right.
so
And
then
that's where the like hard rock or the glam
that's where it
rock,
started.
that's what
Yeah,
was happening there. Yeah, yeah. And the
yeah, yeah,
whiskey a
yeah,
go go and everything. Yeah.
yeah. There was like 200,000 bands spinning their wheels in the parking lot of LA, the Rainbow and
Oh
all that
man.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of people have said now my stuff, oh, if it was 1986, you'd be signed by now. Now, even I guess my stuff has, smatterings of the classic rock, Sunset Strip thing in it now.
Yeah, it does have that, but I also really hear like like almost like when David Bowie produced Iggy Pop,
Right.
and and put Iggy Pop's voice with keyboards and almost into more of a pop song structure as well, which he was like not really doing with the Stooges.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and
That's interesting.
he was like crooning, and like matching the instrumentation. And there's something about the vibe of your thing and your voice as well that reminds me of that yeah, that when Iggy just went solo, because
Right.
he really had some big guitars as well, in his solo
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah. And I think that was his best-selling album, The
Yeah,
Idiot.
yeah, yeah.
It's where he made all the money, really. But yeah, of course, that's why we were attracted to you creatively because we realized that you were also into Bowie,
Yeah,
Bauhaus,
yeah,
Iggy, you know,
yeah, yeah.
and what
Yeah,
do they
it's
call
like
it?
a
They used to
common
call it,
language. Yeah.
yeah, they used to call it the three Bs: David Bowie, Mark Bolan, and James Brown.
I
So
never heard that before. That's good.
three Bs, yeah. And I also love black music like that, like James Brown, um, anything like that. And I think that we are all deploring the state of music today
Mm.
because of the kind of, I don't know what happened, but a lot of it is homogenous, to say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what I love about your stuff too. There's so much character there. You know what I mean? It's like it hasn't been like whitewashed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's like this, yeah, there's an element of danger. And I think
That's it.
a lot of a lot of modern music doesn't have that because it's so precise and computerized and digitized and harmonized and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah.
I think part of it is that I've been able to get a connection with a producer who only does stuff out of a all analog. So
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna bring him up next because he's
yeah,
like he also was around for the whole punk thing and so
right.
you had this relationship with him all this time, right?
Yeah, like Rob Sanzo, and yeah, he was around. He was in a pretty big band here in the '90s as well. But it's all done to tape rather than
Yeah,
digital.
yeah,
So that kind of gives it its that quality as well.
yeah, yeah.
And I think that lyrically, I'm really kind of mining the territory of toxic relationships
Mm,
rather than the sex thing that was so big in the '80s
yeah,
and
yeah.
punk. rather than just the pure sex thing, which a lot of music has stayed there. But everybody can relate to toxic relationships, I think.
Mm,
So there's that kind of
yeah.
relatability in
Yeah,
it,
it's true. And a lot of times it's like it's not something that people want to talk about, if it's not like
Yeah,
your best friend or something. So it's cool to identify it in the music,
yeah, yeah.
work it
And
out.
and live, what I'm doing now is I'm playing quite a bit live, and we found a club that's got a really big stage where you don't have to be rushed to play it.
Yeah,
So
is that the rock pile?
rock pile, yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking at some videos of that too, and that really reminded me of CBGB's actually.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if you went to CBGB's
I
back
did
in the day.
once.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was in New York in the the heyday of punk, really. I wish I'd explored more of New York at that point because it vanished
Yeah,
soon after the
it did.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
I got there in '89, and
Oh yeah.
but actually I was still playing like CBGBs, through all the '90s.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
towards the end of the '90s, it kind of disappeared actually.
Now, were you in opera in New York?
Yeah, I worked for 8 years as a staff actor at the Metropolitan Opera. So I
Oh
did like
wow.
all the non-singing roles and like stage combat, sword fighting, fist
Yeah, yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, but a lot of fun, but a lot of the same thing over time.
Right.
So after
Yeah.
8 years, I kind of had enough.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful experience to be on stage and hear that orchestra every night. And I think the I probably it fed my my inner drama queen.
Right.
Everything's tragically romantic and over the top
Oh
with
yeah,
me as always.
yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, so you did this record with Rob Sanzo, and
Right.
I really like I Gotta Get Out of Rehab,
Oh yeah.
which, and that was before Amy Winehouse's Rehab, right?
Yeah. Right.
So it really was like a great idea for a song, you know, that
Yeah, yeah. It was from a guy I used to live, well, just up until a couple of years ago, we were living right across the street from one of Toronto's most beautiful parks.
okay.
Um, I used to do hand drumming in the park every morning. So one Sunday morning, quite early, like 6:30 in the morning, I went to the park and there was this dude. I don't know how he'd gotten it, but he already had a 12 case. I mean, a 24
Oh,
case of beer.
oh my
And he was
God.
like, and he told me this whole story of how he had escaped from rehab. He couldn't take it anymore. He was on his way to the better life, but
Oh Lord.
and so that's where all those lyrics came from, like
Yeah.
direct quotes from the conversation with him.
Oh, that's great. And I wanted to say too on that album that I really love the song Heaven actually.
Oh yeah,
I think that it reminded me a bit of like the contrast with your other material of what I don't know if you're familiar with the Dead End Boys.
yeah,
Yeah, with their song Ain't It Fun, that like great ballad that they had, which
right,
was like totally
yeah,
different than everything else they did, and it's what has lived on. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
Heaven is
felt I
my
felt like that was like your Ain't It Fun track, It could
right.
be it's just like it could be a hit song. It's just like, why? I
Huh.
don't know, fate.
Yeah, yeah. Heaven is my ballad from that album.
Yeah.
And I guess the album is the title track is sex horror violence, and then the album's called Sex Horror Violence after that. And but yeah, sex horror violence, And really, I think I saw it on a newspaper uh, headline.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. You know,
That's
there
cool.
used
I
to be
like how you take things from like real life as an observer and stuff. That's cool.
right. Well, I'm a bit of an artiste, you know.
And your most recent song, I think, also you are getting inspiration from the world around you on your little vampire girl.
Ah, yes, little vampire girl. Of course, I'm living with her right now, but little vampire girl. So yeah, and that was just a great vehicle to have Soma's great, fantastic photographs
Yeah,
as the mainstay of the video.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but that's kind of T-Rex, I suppose. Kind of T-Rex,
Yeah,
my
yeah, there is some T-Rex in there too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
stab at T-Rex.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And live we do 20th Century Boy by T-Rex.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
and
Yeah.
what
And
else do we do?
is like do you think of like are you often inspired by Soma? Like is she like your muse that you've captured or
Yeah, well, I got all my makeup ideas from her, and she's inspired me. I suppose I was very kind of, I came from a very toxic family
Mm,
where we never heard the word love.
mm,
So I called it a four-letter word.
yeah.
Love is a four-letter word. And so I think she was the opposite of that.
Mm.
You know, my father was strange that I was a punk because my dad was actually became ambassador, Canadian ambassador to
Oh,
different.
perfect.
Yeah. So here I was at
Get your
snotty.
kid off the news.
Yeah. Yeah, that made the news like he's not a punk, he's not a real punk, you know. Um, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
and
that your street
her
credit is
family,
gone. Yeah.
right. Her family was more coming out of love, and mine
Mm.
was coming out more of mocking and screaming so loud that I'd always be trying to close the windows.
Oh my gosh. So she was your refuge, your love
Yes,
refuge.
absolutely. And I know I shouldn't say this, but her mother, I had to get out of my house, so her mother allowed me to move into her house, her bedroom. Actually, she was 15 and I was 20.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know, now, now it's back then. It was like not that
Yeah,
far.
and in the 70s that happened, you know.
Yeah, but and now I think what I was going to say was that now I'm using. I'm kind of shy and reserved. You wouldn't know it, but and then live, I'm kind of standoffish. At least I
Mm.
used to. So now I'm using the live thing more as uh, being much more socially active.
Oh,
Like
cool.
right after my set, I'm in the audience, you know, high fiving people.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's kind of a big turnaround for me. So I'm using it for that as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Just
cool.
kind of being people more relating to me on a human level, I suppose, as
Yeah.
opposed to a rock star. Oh, look, he's not really a rock star as much as we thought. Now he's actually coming down into the public eye,
Yeah.
stabbing the public eye, as it were.
So what's up next for the TEDx project? Do you
Well,
have
you know,
plans?
you've done your homework, definitely looking at some of the music and some of the videos. I just did a cover of Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I shortened it and kind of made it more Bowie-fied it a bit.
Yeah.
And not sure if I'm going to release that as a video. So I'm thinking it might get me more attention,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as she's the number one artiste.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't really it's not indicative of the band.
Yeah, yeah,
of me as a solo artist. And then I will also just we're going to be mixing a new stuff a new song I did in the studio called The Devil's Candy.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'm
Devil's
so
Candy.
I'm so happy you didn't say the Devil's Plaything because that's a song
Right.
coming out. That's a song coming out on my EP in
Oh,
October.
really? I love your album actually.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Right, right. Great stuff.
Yeah,
And
well, that was this album was like very symbolic for me of like I mean basically what you're talking about too, and that's just like keep on going, you know.
yeah, yeah. You know,
It's like
dance while you can.
Soma getting hit by a truck and she keeps going and it's this band and that band and the solo and you know
Unstoppable.
you just you realize at some point you have to keep going, you know.
Yeah, you got to keep going until you can't go anymore.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Unstoppable. But yeah, so keeping recording, keep doing live, and really have kind of given up on the idea of making it big.
Yeah.
Now let's make it big, kid.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
it kind of it really gets rid of a lot of pressure in your life.
Yeah, I also have let go of that completely and I've been so much happier since
Yes,
since
absolutely.
then. But
Right.
that's hard to let go of.
That's true. That's true. There's
Yeah.
that thirst, like why aren't we touring? Why aren't we touring
Yeah.
uh, all the time?
Yeah, and
But
you
then,
see some other bands you're friends with, you know, get
yeah,
some get success, and you're like, I'm so happy for you.
yeah, yeah.
If
More
you're
people
like
hear your
me, because I
stuff.
was just so crazy competitive, you know, and gunning for fame all the time, you know. It
The
was like,
problem now is the numbers. It's the views, the numbers, the viral content. Like you're
yeah,
preempted by any show you go on to. You'll hear it on America's Got Talent, for instance, that kind of mainstream
mm.
vibe where it's got over 500 million thousand zillion views. And then the guy comes on. And a lot of the time, those views don't amount to more than six people in your audience. It doesn't really transfer, from
Mm.
digital to live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It's like I always think that it would be such an easier way to promote because I haven't done live in this like phase of my career, but when I was younger, but it was before the internet, you know. So it was
Right.
like you know, handing out flyers, you know, outside of clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Those are the days.
Yeah. But I never thought about it being so two totally different worlds, you know. But I could see that
Yeah.
being the case. Yeah. The
Yeah.
online versus the
Yeah. And there's no
in
way to
person.
compete with it because, as you know, a kitten will get 100 million views if it's the right kitten. So you're competing with that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I
Oh
find, I
man.
don't know, I don't want to, like people like Lady Gaga, who's like the new Bowie. Uh, I just find her so, um, I'll call it like, what were we thinking? Michael Jackson's Thriller
Mm,
is her new vibe, I think.
mm,
I'm getting that from her now. Like a lot of those kind of dances that were in Thriller, she's picked up on and
yeah.
kind of now putting it out under her own
Yeah,
label.
I don't really get, you know what, for me, I'm realizing because this come up a lot too, is when I really appreciate someone where it is like you can tell, you can just feel the authenticity, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like if like if TEDx takes the stage and you start your show, no one's gonna sit there and go, "Hey, I'm just not buying it from this guy." You know what I mean? It's like it's
Right.
in your bones, you know.
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
So I really appreciate that about people these days, you know. If
The
someone you
authenticity.
really can feel that authenticity, then you're just like, ah, I can relax and listen to this. This is like fucking real, you know?
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
Yeah,
I
man. So thanks for
I
being
would
real.
Yeah.
We're
Uh,
gonna get cut off by Zoom here, unfortunately.
okay. Well, listen,
I
it's
only have
been
a third. I only have a 30-minute Zoom.
oh, okay. Well, it's been an amazing interview. And continued success with your new stuff.
Oh,
And
thank you. Yeah,
you've got
we'll
a
get.
great voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so,
Well, I'm a fan of yours too. Like I said, it's just like it's like it almost feels like a time capsule of I can just see that from that movement from punk to like post punk. Like I said, like you living through it, and you're just like, this is it now.
right, right.
It's really cool. Yeah. Well, tell
Yeah,
your lovely Soma that I said hello.
I will, I will. She's a
And
big fan.
well, I'm a fan of hers too. Yeah,
Good.
you got a good one there. You hit the jackpot there. Um,
Thanks.
but yeah, I'll talk to you soon, man.